Hello, everyone. Welcome to Suffolk Sports Broadcasting inaugural broadcast here at Reagan Gymnasium. I'm Keith Erickson alongside Casey Hall for tonight's game. Suffolk University taking on Worcester State, the Lancers. Now, Casey, talk to us a little bit about Suffolk University coming into this game.
Well, they're definitely happy to be home, Keith. They just split 4 games on the road, 2 and 4. They have a 5-1 record at home so far this year. Definitely a happy place in Reagan Gymnasium. So hopefully they pull one off again tonight and we keep the streak going at home.
Excellent. You know, Suffolk University Rams are trying to get back, obviously, to that GNAC Conference Championship like they did last year. Let's send it down to our sideline reporter, Lauren Berraby, who had actually a chance to talk with Coach Lydon before tonight's game. Lauren, let's take it over.
Yep. Thanks, Keith. And here's what Suffolk women's basketball coach Ed Lydon had to say about tonight's opponent. And congratulations again to Coach Lydon on last year's Coach of the Year award. Back to you, Keith.
Lauren, thank you so much. Appreciate that. And obviously we want to get right into showing you who's actually going to be playing for Suffolk University this year. This season they're led by Jennifer Rouse. She's a senior. She's one of the captains, Jessica Bard. So let's introduce the Suffolk University women's basketball team to those watching tonight.
Jennifer Rouse, Wallingford, Connecticut, senior.
Good job.
Alex Clark, Boothbay Harbor, Maine, freshman.
Georgia Barrikas, Hull, Mass, freshman. Gracie Harrigan, Taunton, Mass, sophomore.
Jessica Bard, Harleysville, Pennsylvania, senior.
Katie Murray, Holden, Mass, sophomore.
Kelsey Schiebel, Windsor, New Hampshire, freshman.
Emily Anderson, Rocky Hill, Connecticut, freshman.
Shelby Santini, Winchester, Mass, junior. Megan Murphy, South Windsor, Connecticut, sophomore. Megan Murphy, South Windsor, Connecticut, sophomore.
All right, we're just about for tip-off here. Let's send it down to the court. Let's get this thing rolling. Worcester State and Suffolk University live from Reagan Gymnasium. So let's take it off. It's Suffolk University in their home whites and Worcester State in their away blue trimmed in yellow. They're going right to left on your TV. Thanks so much for joining us here. Inside it goes to number 44 for Worcester State, Emily Barrett out of Drake at Mass. It's 2-0 in favor of the Lancers. Now remember, Worcester State Division II coming in here, and Coach Lydon, as he referred to in the pregame, Casey, they like to play it up a little bit, non-conference game before the end of the season.
Yeah, definitely a tough matchup with the Division II coming in here, but I think Suffolk has a good chance to pull it off, and they're gonna make the best out of it.
Suffolk driving the paint, no good there. Put back up and no good by Victoria Brio. Rebound inside goes to Rouse. Rouse, third try off the glass. You can see she's the biggest one on the court right now, and she's able to put her own shot back up and in. It's 2-2 early on. We're under a minute here to go here in the first half. Again, thanks so much for joining us here at Suffolk Sports Broadcasting, is an inaugural broadcast here at Spring Semester 2014. Keith Erickson alongside Casey Hall for your color commentary. Now, Casey, obviously it looks like Suffolk's going player to player here to open up the game, and it's tied 2-2.
Yeah, no, definitely Suffolk's going to come out strong and hopefully try to force a few steals and really put a lot of pressure on Worcester State.
Worcester State, 3 to shoot here on the shot clock. Julie Frankian off the mark. They'll push. Suffolk looks to push. Kelsey Scheibel, one of the point guards on this team. Here's Santini. Shelby is one of the seniors on this team. Driving around. They'll swing it around. Over to Rouse. That's her spot. Shot up and a little short. Rebound ticked around. Falls in the arms of Cheyenne Jennings, a sophomore from Worcester, Mass. Stolen away. Suffolk will reset. Still 2-2 early on. Number 21 is Ileana Quadri out of Sudbury, Mass. The junior goes 5'10". Once again, your point guard tonight, Kelsey Scheibel. wearing number 10 out of Windham, New Hampshire, Windham High School. Quadri drives baseline inside the double deuce. That's Victoria Brio. She's up and good for 2. So Suffolk with its first lead of the game. They scored 4 straight. Worcester State comes along. Division II opponent. They're led by Karen Tesmer in her 20th season as head coach. Suffolk with the steal. They look to push. Here's Shelby Santini out of Winchester, Mass. She'll pull it back up. Again, good position by Rouse. She'll drive the block, and it's up and good. Nice soft touch off the glass for Rouse.
Last year, Rouse led the team with 489 points. That's an average of 15.8 a game. Definitely a big person to watch out for Worcester if they're going to stop this Suffolk team.
She was definitely a candidate for GNAC Player of the Year last year, and this seniors-laden team, not only with her as a captain, but Jessica Bard, Ileana Quadri are both your 3 captains here for Suffolk, and you can tell they just keep feeding the beast. They'll keep going inside to Rouse, see if she can keep working inside against number 44, Emily Barrett, who goes 6 feet as a senior out of Draken.
Yeah, Keith, last year, Jennifer Rouse was Suffolk's Offensive Player of the Year, and you can just definitely tell she's going for it again this year as she's getting all the looks so far this game.
Victoria Brio gets tied up right there in the paint. It will remain Suffolk basketball. Clean, fresh shot clock to shoot, 30 to go. As we're early on here in the first half out of Reagan Gymnasium, Suffolk University. Thanks again. Keith Erickson alongside Casey Hall for the call of the game tonight. That's short by Rouse, a little short. Ticked down by Victoria Brio. Nice offensive rebound to keep the possession alive.
No, definitely. Rebounding is going to be huge in this game. Victoria Brio and Rouse are very good rebounders, and hopefully we see some great action out of them tonight.
Well, you know you're going to get a good game out of Rouse every time tonight. She averages 31 minutes a game. That's only second to Ileana Quadri and Shelby Santini. So, you know, Coach Leiden in his 19th season, he really likes to ride those 3 for their points and their production.
Definitely a lot of minutes by the starters on the Suffolk team. The coach definitely likes his starters and likes to keep them as long as possible. So we'll see a lot of running from them tonight.
.16 minutes left to go here in the first half. The Lancers have a 2-0 lead. Suffolk has run off 6 straight. The 3 from the wing is no good. Rebound collected by Ileana Quadri, 5'10" junior guard out of Sudbury, Massachusetts. And once again, Kelsey Schiebel will take control. Now, Schiebel, just a freshman out of Windham, New Hampshire. There you see her athleticism as she's fouled driving to the paint. Well, Schiebel averaging 27.5 minutes per game, and she's kind of making an impact in her freshman season. So Santini to inbound the ball. Wide open is Rouse in the corner, elects to go inside. Victoria Brio, stop, pop, 3 feet, no good. Rebound, still knocked around. Nice hustle. But once again, Worcester State comes away with the ball, trailing 6-2. Talked to Coach earlier tonight, and he was saying that this actually should be a pretty even game, Casey.
Really?
Yeah, that's what he said. Can you believe it?
I cannot believe it.
Well, you know what? Suffolk has, played even basketball over the last week and a half. Coach not really too happy right now with what's going on. But you know what? They sit in 4th in the GNAC conference right now. This is, of course, a non-conference game coming into tonight. And you know what? You really want to be in the top 4 in the standings when it comes playoff time because you get to host in the first round.
Definitely. Suffolk has been having some troubles stringing a lot of wins together. Only a 2-game win streak as their largest so far this season. Off and on wins and losses all year, so hopefully they can string a couple together as the season is starting to wrap up.
There's Brio trying to go baseline and gets knocked out of bounds. It'll stay Suffolk basketball. We have our first substitution of the game, so out goes number 3, Kelly McPherson. In comes number 2, Ashley Espinoza out of Putnam, Connecticut for Worcester State. How about these 2 longtime coaches? We got Karen Tesmer right there standing up in front of her bench, 20th season, Ed Leiden, the guy who actually coached high school basketball at Revere High School in his 19th season here at Suffolk University. Coach of the year last year.
Yeah, no, definitely a great coach. Love having him. He's definitely making his mark at Suffolk, and great to have him.
Cheyenne Jennings at the line to try and complete that 3-point play. Cheyenne comes to us from Worcester, Mass., 5'4" sophomore guard. So number 14 at the line.
Jennings is shooting just under 75% from the free throw line tonight. So hopefully Suffolk doesn't send her there too many times.
Able to knock that one down, and you know what? Worcester State within one at 6-5. So Kelsey Scheibel, the freshman out of Windham, New Hampshire, well, swinging around the horn. Suffolk pretty much looking to go inside to Rouse every time they touch the basketball, and why not with success like that? Rouse up to 6 points on the night.
Definitely. Rouse has looks like she has a pretty big height advantage on the guards down low, so I'd see her getting the ball a ton down in the paint.
Well, Suffolk University over the last couple games, they're coming off that loss to Bridgewater State. Now, that was a tough one, 75-61, right? Then they won against Simmons College on the road, lost at Endicott, and then they actually beat St. Joe's of Connecticut 65-57 on the road. So, you know what? They're 2-2, actually 3-3, 4-3 in their last 7. So, you know, like Coach was saying, even basketball throughout, and, you know, he's just hoping that they can pick up their game when tournament time comes around. Inbounds play, no good for Suffolk University. Into the game for Suffolk is number 15, Georgia Barikis, 5'8" freshman out of Hull, and Suffolk ups its lead to 10-5 with that basket. Well done. So after Worcester State, Suffolk University, you know what? They got a couple more games at home. February 1st, they're home against now Emmanuel. Now that's going to be a big one. Of course, Emmanuel dominating the GNAC over the last 7 years, won 7 straight GNAC championships.
I mean, it's hard to compete with Emmanuel, but they're going to come into our gym, and I think the girls will be able to hold their own and definitely make it a good game.
Well, it was Suffolk University and Emmanuel in last year's championship game, and you know, Coach Lydon, he's up on his feet, coaching hard right now with 13:24 to go here in the first half. Defense there for Suffolk. Right now they're leading 10-5. Little pop and stop from Worcester State. You can see that they're a little hesitant on the offensive side of the glass, and so Suffolk able to rip down that rebound and push up the 4.
So far tonight, both teams have been very hesitant about shooting the ball deep and definitely trying to feed the paint. So we'll see if anybody starts shooting a little quicker as the game progresses.
Quadri inside. They go to Rouse. Nice left-handed move. Unable to get it to go, and she'll get called for the offensive foul as she reached over the back trying to get that rebound.
Now, as we've seen in years past, Rouse is a wonderful rebounder. Last year, getting 216 rebounds on the season.
Oh, she's shooting 42% from the floor. Worcester State trying to drive the paint. Megan Burns, the senior guard out of West Brookfield, Mass. Went to Quabog High School. That's out my brother's neck of the woods, out in Barry, Massachusetts. So a little shout out to Barry, Mass. How about that?
I couldn't even tell you where Barry, Mass is.
Oh, it's out in the sticks. Let me tell you, Casey.
We know a lot about the
foxes in his
sticks
backyard, bears in his backyard, you name it. He's got it. Yeah, the free throw up and good from number 10, Megan Burns. Able to knock that one down, shave that lead down to 4. It's 10-6, still in favor of Suffolk. So, you know what? Worcester State got out to that 2-0 lead. Suffolk raised that lead 8-2, and now it's 10-6 here in the first half.
Now, a couple fouls by Suffolk is letting the Lancers stay in it. So hopefully those fouls, we can keep them off the line and keep the score down.
Nothing but net on the second free throw from Burns. That's her first 2 of the night. Here's Georgia Barikis working the left side of the paint. Stops, pops. The 3 is nothing but the bottom of the net. That's what you can do for Coach Lydon coming off that bench with that spark. 13-7 in favor of the Rams.
Yeah, Borkus, another freshman for the Suffolk team, as they have a few who have been playing a lot of minutes and definitely getting some good time. So good to see a lot of young talent coming out of Suffolk, definitely with Rouse being a senior this year after leading the team for 4 years.
Well, that's what Coach Lydon's working with. He's working with a couple freshmen. He's working with a couple juniors. And he's got Rouse as his go-to. So, you know what? It takes a little time to develop, a little team chemistry over the season. I think that's what Coach is hoping for down the stretch.
Most definitely.
Rebound ticked down by Barikis. Here's Santini. She'll stop, pop, throw it away. How about 2 in a row for the girl from Hull? No, it's no good. Rebound taken down by Worcester State. Megan Burns working the left side. They'll swing it around up to the point guard, Cheyenne Jennings out of Worcester. Basically, Suffolk going with that player-to-player defense. Katie Murray on that defense, number 4. Left-handed shot, no good. There's Rouse taking it down in front of everybody. She'll get it to her point guard. Suffolk looks to push. It's not there, so they'll settle in. Ileana Quadri swings it around. Here's Barrikas inside, number 4 for Murray. Right-handed hook shot, no good. Looked a little like Kareem in the old days. A little Jabbar move right there over Robert Parrish in the Celts sometimes, but all-time leading scorer in the NBA. A little Kareem. Oh, look at that scoop shot.
Wow.
Wow, that's old school. It's like George Gervin, the Iceman.
You don't see the scoop very often, Keith. It's a tricky move, only done by.
Only my boss, Jason Carter, can do it in the game of horse. Really. I mean, that's how he works it. He works it pretty good.
Is that how he beats you every time, Keith? You can't get the scoop
I
shot
can't
down?
get the scoop shot. It's that one. It kills me every time. How about Chelsea Campolone, the sophomore from Fall River, Mass, into the game for Suffolk. She's wearing number 11. Barrikas picks up the defense. Well done there. 24 to shoot on the shot clock. 13-7 Suffolk. Thanks again for joining us here. Suffolk Sports Broadcasting proud to present this one live on the internet out of Reagan Gymnasium, our first game of the year. We hope to have more for you coming up, not only in basketball, but maybe even get out on the baseball diamond as well. We'll see how things go with all our new equipment and fancy things and gadgets to play with. We're all excited here to bring you this game. Look at the rotation from number 21, Ileana Quadri, forcing Worcester State to take a timeout with 10:27 to play. Let's take a quick commercial break. We're back from Reagan Gymnasium right after this.
You know what, guys? There's a lot of tree branches and dry brush over here. We should probably move the bonfire over there.
I'm guessing Smokey liked that idea.
Welcome back to Reagan Gymnasium, everybody. I'm Keith Erickson alongside Casey Hall. Lauren Berreby, is doing our sideline reporting tonight. And Suffolk University is leading Worcester State 15-9 in a non-conference game tonight. And looking at, like we said, the schedule upcoming, all eyes are going to be on February 1st game against Emmanuel as that team comes into Reagan Gymnasium to take on Suffolk University.
Suffolk is definitely going to be looking to get on a good start in February, Keith, as they, so far this year, are 4-8 this January. So not the best month for the Rams, but hopefully they start heating up and picking things up in February.
Well, even with that loss the other night, they're still 3 games over 500 with this young team, so can't complain too much. 9-6 on the year. You know what? They're 4-1 in conference play, and right now, as we said earlier, they're 4th in the conference in the standings. And you know what? They got a 2-game lead on the next team, Anna Maria out of Paxton, Massachusetts. Johnson of Wales comes in at 2-2. So right now, they're looking pretty good. The leader of the pack, of course, Riviere at 4-0, and then St. Joseph's out of Maine at 4-0. Emmanuel coming in at 3-0. So there are some teams up on top that still undefeated in conference play, but it's early yet.
It's always good to see a team from Maine up top with my roots from Maine. St. Joe's, know a few people up there. Shout out to the tons of kids I know from high school.
Giving shout-outs now to everybody?
I'll shout out to whoever I want, Keith.
Oh, okay, wow. All right. Shout out to your grandmom who likes us on Facebook at Studio 73. I love that stuff.
Yeah, I did not mention to my family that we were doing this tonight because I was scared that we would overload the servers with watching up in Maine. Not much going on, better than watching good old basketball.
You finally survived that ice storm, thank goodness.
Oh, yeah, the ice was brutal the past couple months.
Here's Santini for 3, not there. Inside is Murray. Katie Murray ripping it away, still trying to get the play alive, but unfortunately gets knocked out of bounds. Turnover in favor of Worcester State. Trail it by 4 here. Suffolk has had the lead since they were up 4-2. Cheyenne Jennings, the sophomore, number 14 for Worcester State, looking for some opening, but great defense by Barrikas. Once again, Suffolk's perimeter to D, really stifling any penetration by the Lancers of Worcester State. Here's the shot, up and no good. Tracked down in favor of Barrikas. She'll track it down. She'll send it over to Quadri. Quadri up ahead to Rouse. Good option. And we have a block. And count it. A little wry smile on the face of one Jennifer Rouse. She knew she may have gotten away with one with not having the foul be called on the floor.
I mean, there was only a little elbow in that. Not too much. I would have given it to her.
Now, the foul occurred, looked like, before the act of shooting to me. But you know what? Hometown call. We'll take it. 17-11, Suffolk in front. So number 24, Jennifer Rouse at the line. Rouse averaging about 15 to 17 a game for Suffolk. And right now, I believe she's up to 8 points of the 18 for Suffolk tonight. Nice inside play by Julie Frankian, a sophomore out of Millbury, Mass. Able to lay it up with the right hand. Here's Barrikas. Look to run the pick and roll with Rouse, but they go inside to Murray instead. Rouse on the outside. Here's Barrikas swinging around. Still not there. They'll reset. Ileana Quadri, the junior out of Sudbury, Mass, will call out the play. Over to Santini. Inside to Rouse. Little 5-footer, nothing but net. She's got about a 5'6" height advantage, 5'6" height advantage, I should say, on number 54, Amanda Monfalcone. So Rouse once again leading the way for Suffolk. She's got half the team's 20 points. 2013, Suffolk with a comfortable 2013 lead. Inside, the pass somehow finds it inside to Julie Frankian. Shot no good. Here's Santini trying to push, but she'll recoup on the advice of one coach, Ed Lyden.
Not a ton of success so far for the Lancers in the paint, so hopefully Suffolk can keep it locked down pretty well and keep them out of the paint.
Well, the problem only with Suffolk here right now, they have a nice comfortable lead, but they do have 16 fouls, so the next foul on Suffolk will lead to 1-1 for Worcester State, slowing this game up a little bit and letting them score without any time run off the clock. Into the game for Suffolk is Kelsey Schiebel, the freshman out of Windham, New Hampshire, who played her high school ball at Windham High School, goes 5'2". Out of the game, we'll check out number 15, Georgia Barrikas. So one freshman for another. They'll run the stack play here with 7:31 to go here in the first half. Three to shoot. The little runner. No good by Santini. Ripped away by Murray. You can just see her strength down on the low block. Able to outmuscle two Lancers for that rebound. Well done. Here's Kadri. Over to Schiebel. Kicked out of bounds. Believe they'll reset that. Apparently it's not a kick. It's just deflected out of bounds, so they won't reset the shot clock with 12 to go. Inside, Murray left all alone. Turns, pops, soft roll, still no good. Fortunately for her, it ticked around the rim about 6 times and not able to fall.
Unfortunate, Keith. But we do see Suffolk still forcing it down in the paint, not changing the game plan at all, even with a couple misses.
Well, a little bird told me, who plays for the men's basketball team, said that we should probably win this game quite handily, and hopefully it'll happen.
Yeah, I'd love to see that happen.
Murray, no. Over to Santini, maybe. Inside to Rouse. Double team, and we'll get a travel called. Victoria Brio checks into the game, and Katie Murray will take a seat. 6:29 to go here in the first half. 2013 Suffolk with a comfortable lead. Shannon El-Quazem, I hope I said that correctly, with the drive, and what do we have? Foul? Nope, ball just out of bounds, knocked out of bounds by Suffolk University. It'll stay Lancers basketball. That one's straight on from Kelly McPherson. Well done. The junior out of Mansfield, Mass, shaving that lead to 4.
McPherson shooting 30% from beyond the arc so far this season.
Well, it was interesting to see some of the girls prior to the game while we were setting up for this broadcast were up on the upper mezzanine as Rouse hits another one. That's just money in the bank for them. They were doing sit-ups, they were doing push-ups, they were getting all worked up even prior to the game. So you could just tell, even at Division III, how dedicated these student athletes really are to their craft.
Definitely a lot of fire from both this girls' team and the men's team.
Now the men, of course, led by head coach Adam Nelson. They're a run-and-gun team this year. They lost a couple 1,000-point scores last year. So, you know what? They had to shift gears as well. So coach is trying to find a rhythm with that team. Franz Bernard, of course, a brilliant freshman, brilliant find for him. He's got Sam Wadike coming up from Houston, playing a little ball. He's got a little street cred to him. He's a fun guy to be around. That team is starting to gel as well. And, Coach, he along with Ed Leiden, just trying to get into the top 4 here in conference play to find that home playoff game. And then what Coach says is we'll see what happens from there. From the baseline, Ileana Caudry bumps that lead back up to 8, 24-16 with 5 minutes to go here in the first half. Santini with a possible steal, but she stepped on the sideline as the ref with a big smile says, yeah, I caught that one, kid. Sorry, you got to give me the ball back.
That was close, Keith. That was close.
Kelly McPherson, the junior, inbounding. Cheyenne Jennings, number 14. Double nickels is Amanda Malfonco. All the way over to Jennings. She's a little scrappy point guard, taking on everybody for that. We'll get a block. Tough call. But the referee calls a block as number 14, Cheyenne Jennings, will be at the line. Foul goes against number 22, Victoria Brio, the junior out of North Andover, Mass.
Now, Keith, that's Brio's 3rd foul of the night, and that is a quick 3 fouls. So hopefully she can keep it together before getting deep into the bench.
Now, benefit for Suffolk. Miss free throw. Into the game comes, I can't see the number. Well, number 11 is Chelsea Campalone. She'll replace Victoria Brio. As Casey mentioned, her 3rd foul. So when you get 3 in the first half, you're going to ride the pond for the rest of the break.
Oh, definitely we're on the pond for a little bit. Hopefully we'll see her again later this game because she is such a good force in this team. Very athletic, very physical.
So let's set it for you. This Schiebel way down top. Off on the mark. Rebound. Once again, ticked around. Falls in the arms of Worcester State. The Lancers trying to break, but you know what? Just the athleticism is not there for Worcester State to really get out and run like they probably want to.
Yeah, Keith, definitely not a ton of space to run as Suffolk is keeping them in the half-court offense.
The lefty for 3. That's her favorite spot. She's now hit 2 in the afternoon. Kelly McPherson shaving that lead down to 4. Closest it's been since the early goings.
Yeah,
inside to Rouse. Rouse up and good. When you need a point, I think I'm going to go to Jen Rouse. What do you think?
Most definitely, if I had to make a choice, it would probably be to number 24.
I believe she rooms with Jess Bard, another captain on the team.
I did not know that.
Right. Got to do your research, kid.
I guess I need to go a little more in depth, Keith.
Oh, nice little up and under by number 11. Not able to finish is Worcester State, but pretty move by Julie Frankian, but it will stay Worcester State basketball.
Yeah, unfortunately, Suffolk just tipped that out, going in for the ball, just out of the reach. So
Suffolk comes in with an overall record of 9-6, 4-1 in conference play, and you know what? We got a quick timeout on the floor. Let's take a quick break, and we'll come back to Reagan Gymnasium right after this.
Okay, so we drowned the fire, stirred it, drowned it again, and now just feel if it's cold.
Yeah.
Cool.
Smokey just gave me a bear hug.
I know. Already posted it.
And welcome back, everyone, to Suffolk Sports broadcast of women's basketball here at Reagan Gymnasium. Ed Leiden just breaks the huddle and sees his team up by 6, 26-20 against Worcester State. My name's Keith Erickson, alongside Casey Hall and Lauren Berube, doing the sideline work for us tonight. Thanks so much for joining us. Once again, foul on the floor, so we're shooting free throws here for Worcester State. So number 11 will be shooting free throws for the Lancers.
Yeah, that's already 8 fouls on the night so far, Keith, for Suffolk. That is just not a great number. Getting a little ahead of themselves, and they need to bring it back a little bit before we get in some serious foul trouble before the end of the half.
Julie Frankian at the line. She started 17 of the 18 games so far this season. You know what? She shoots 40% from the floor, but that one, no good. Another chant of defense from Worcester State's bench, echoing out through Reagan Gymnasium. Here's Schiebel, trying to go inside to Rouse. Finally, the double team leaves her. She's looking around for a cutter. It's not there. They'll go inside. Little up and under move. Beautiful drop step from Kelsey Campolone, the 5'7" sophomore from Fall River, Mass. Beautiful stuff there. She worked the defender. Then she went up and under with the right hand. Beautiful stuff. Same thing. Clean block by Rouse. Can't do that against her. A big body frame and the long arms. Able to get it done.
Yeah.
Baji trying to kick it around to Santini. Looking inside. 2 in a row for number 11. Campolone. Well done. She's left all alone. Hitting on that low block. Able to catch and put it up for 2.
The Lancers are going to have to watch her down low, Keith, because they just have been leaving her alone so far these past few drives.
Biggest lead of the night for Suffolk University, and a turnover here for Worcester State. And we got a quick substitution on the floor. Number 44, Emily Barrett, will check in for Worcester State. Shannon El-Klazem will take a seat. You know what? I didn't notice this, but she is from my hometown of Rutland, Massachusetts. Oh, shout out to the 01543 zip code if we're doing shout outs. Of course we are.
Are we just going to shout out to as many people as we can tonight, Keith? Because we can keep this going.
We got an offensive foul called on Campolone away from the basketball. You know what? Suffolk with a comfortable 10-point lead. It seems more than that because Worcester State really hasn't been able to get track on offense. A couple threes from Cheyenne Jennings and Kelly McPherson. But you know what? For the most part, I think suffocating defense by Suffolk, able to get the job done, help build that lead up to 10 now with the ball.
Yeah, no, Suffolk playing great D, Keith, forcing a lot of threes and a lot of shots, not being able to force it inside as much as they want to.
Campolone a little strong on the glass, no good. Megan Burns able to hit for Worcester State, sophomore out of West Brookfield, Mass.
Burns is leading the Lancers so far this year with an average of 15 points per game.
1:30 to go here in the first half. Little kiss off the glass from Rouse, just not there. Doesn't seem like Suffolk University's really actually broken a sweat here in the first half. I mean, they're playing well, they're playing good defense, but only up by 8, kind of like that. But it just seems like they're just kind of going through the motions, and they're winning against this one, against this team.
No.
Cheyenne Jennings able to bury that one, and Coach Lyde needs a quick 20-second timeout. We'll keep it right here at Reagan Gymnasium as they lead by 6 with 1:09 to go.
Suffolk's playing some tight D, but it doesn't look like they're forcing a whole lot on the offense. They're definitely taking their time, passing it around, and looking for those open players down in the paint. Like we said, Rouse and Campolone already having a huge impact in the paint.
So with 9 games left to go in the season, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are going to be in-conference games for Suffolk. The out-of-conference games, UMass, Boston, Middlebury, and MCLA. And then they finish up with, they're at St. Joseph, Maine on February 15th. They'll go at home on February 18th against Anna Maria, and then they'll finish up against Norwich on the 22nd, and then we'll find out, of course, where they are seated for the GNAC playoffs.
Norwich, isn't that an Army school? Or I feel like one of my buddies was going to go there and then go straight to the Army afterwards. That might be a little bit of a scary game.
Well, they could use a couple if they are, because they're 1-3 in conference play right now. So, you know what? Hey, how about a drop a play out of the timeout to Jen Rouse? Unfortunately, unable to convert as we're under a minute here to play. You know what? Worcester State hanging around. If they bury this, they could get within 3 if it's a 3. And the offer is up and good. Yeah, no good.
Yeah, that was a whole lot of air there, Keith.
Kind of what people say about me sometimes. Campolone will inbound. Kelsey Schiebel will throw it over to Santini, and unfortunate that didn't quite work. And Suffolk turning it over at the most inopportune time. And you know what? Worcester State can play for the last shot of the game. Well, we'll hope to hear from Jennifer Rouse right at the end of halftime. As we get a double dribble turnover, you saw Coach Lyden trying to help the referee with that call, but she was right on top of it. 18-1 to go and now Suffolk can play for the last shot.
Definitely a big turnover there for the Rams, as a basket by the Lancers would have brought it way closer than they would have wished. Hopefully putting another basket in here before the quarter ends.
Here's Santini with 6-5, and we'll get a traveling violation. And look at Coach Lydon roll his eyes and turn away from the court. 4.2 to go. So, you know what? Two straight trips down the floor, 2 straight turnovers for Suffolk. Here's the last shot for the Lancers, all the way coast to coast. Unfortunately, no good. As the buzzer sounds, Suffolk with a 30-24 halftime lead over the Lancers of Worcester State. Once again, a non-conference game, as hopefully we'll get to hear from Jennifer Rouse soon as they are starting to walk off the court. You know what? Suffolk University comes in, 5-5 in their last 10. They have won 4 of their last 7, so they're 1 game over 500, Casey. So here comes Jennifer right now. Let's see if we can send it down to Lauren Berube, who's getting set up down there. And we'll just stretch it out here for just another 20 seconds. And you know what? Suffolk University looking pretty good, shooting well from the floor. Jennifer Rouse leading all scorers with 12.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with Suffolk women's basketball senior captain Jennifer Rouse. Now, Jennifer, what do you think the Rams have to do better going into the second half?
I think we just need to make some big stops on defense and just keep working as a team. I think we're doing pretty well. We held them under 28 points, and that's always our goal every half.
Thanks, Jennifer. Back to you guys.
Oh, Lauren, thanks so much. Appreciate that. Always good to hear from the captain, and, of course, always leading the way down in the low block, as she is one of just the preeminent scorers here in the GNAC Conference. We're going to take a quick break. Why don't we just take a quick break as we have halftime coming up for you, and we'll talk a little bit about this as we get the halftime stats sent up to us from the scorebook. So let's take a quick break. We'll be back with more Suffolk Sports Broadcasting right after this. To Reagan Gymnasium. Thanks again to Coach Kerry McConnell. Good luck this baseball season as well. Casey Hall's got some first half stats he wants to share with you. Casey?
Yeah, as we've been talking all day, Rouse has just been tearing it up, having half of Suffolk's points with 15 so far this game as they lead 30-24. Now Suffolk is shooting 42% from the field. That is destroying the Lasers compared to their 28.6%. Even though number 3, Nick Pearson, just makes me look bad already this half. Right. Not a great start.
Well, you look at Jennifer Rouse, right? I mean, just total domination. She had half of Suffolk's points with 15, well on her way to above her average for this game alone.
Now, along with points, she's also leading Suffolk in rebounds, or tied for the lead with Tori Grillo.
And really, they dominated the offensive rebounding stats as well.
Oh, most definitely. 9-5 on the offensive rebounds, and then 24-16 overall.
Well, a little 5-0 run from Worcester State here to start the second half, and they're down only by 1. So we got to game ourselves here with 19 minutes left to go here in the second half. Really appreciate you guys tuning in. Suffolk Sports Broadcasting is where it's at this year. Thanks in part to Jason Carter, ordering all the gadgets and goodies. Nice bounce pass to lead the break. Counted and won. Megan Burns with an opportunity for a 3-point play. And you know what? Worcester State now has a 1-point lead. Ugly start to the second half for Suffolk University.
Definitely starting off a little flat, Keith. Hopefully they can get the energy up and just start putting it away as they were in the first half.
A 7-0 run from the Lancers to start the first half. Start the second half. And you know what? We got a minute timeout here, so let's try and take a commercial break. And with that, we'll be back with more of the second half right after this. And again, welcome back. Let's set the scene for you here at Reagan Gymnasium. Suffolk had the 30-24 first half lead, and you know what? In about 2 minutes, not even 2 minutes, Worcester State runs off 7 unanswered points to retake the lead 31-30, and they have an opportunity to complete the three-point play as number 10, Megan Burns, is at the line for Worcester State.
Now Burns was 2 for 2 on free throws, and that makes it 3 for 3 on the game. Hopefully we keep her off the line because she could be dangerous.
She's another John Stockton. Well, we'll see how Suffolk responds here. You have to score here in the second half. I assume they might go to Rouse. What do you think?
I don't think so. I don't know.
You don't think so?
They might try to change it up.
Wow, is she going to be the decoy to start the second half?
It could happen. Anything is possible, Keith.
7 to shoot on the shot clock for Suffolk. No real will to go for Scheibel. Scheibel, once again, kick it back out to Rouse. Little pop chop, no good there. Shot clock violation, and Worcester State takes over, leading 32-30. Certainly coming out with a lot more energy. Deep 2 from the wing is good. And lo and behold, 3-point lead. Megan Burns leading the way, now 34-30. Worcester State.
Megan Burns has come out.
What did they eat at halftime?
Very hot at halftime. Coming out very strong.
Here's Scheibel just driving, trying to draw contact. She's able to accomplish that, and she'll go to the line to shoot a pair. Number 10 following number 10. Team's first foul of the second half, and that's actually Burns' first foul in the game. Scheibel at the line, shooting a pair. There's one.
So far this year, Scheibel 55% from the free throw line. Hopefully she makes this second one.
You know what? As a freshman, you know what? Starting all 15 games so far for Suffolk University, so she's really made quite an impact. You know, shooting 31% from the floor, able to knock down both free throws, averaging 27.5 minutes a game, so draw Suffolk to within 2. Suffolk looks like they're still going to that player-to-player defense. How'd that entry pass get in? I think it actually went under the leg of Quadri, and you know what? Worcester State retains possession. There's Jennings trying to shake and bake. Deep 3 by number 3, McPherson. Not there, but an offensive rebound, something that Suffolk had their way with in the first half. They start to turn the tide, does Worcester State here in the second half. Jennings over to Frank Kean. Trying to drive on Santini. She'll have none of that. Stuffed in your face. Entry pass by Rouse. Taken down by Santini. Up ahead to Scheibel. She pushes. Rouse up fake. Not there. Pushes off. Gets away with it. Santini left side. Little shake and bake. Unable to get the handle, and she'll reset out to Scheibel. Santini fakes, pops, stops, no good, kisses the front. Flying in for the offensive rebound, Victoria Brio. Well done by number 22.
Yeah, Brio is having a wonderful night on the boards, Keith. As I said earlier, tied for the lead, or that would actually put her one above Rouse as the highest rebounder on this game so far.
Brio gets a standing ovation from a couple of her teammates off the bench with the hustle move to the paint, and she'll be at the line, rewarded with 2 free throws. So number 22 at the line, Victoria Brio. She comes to us as North Andover, Massachusetts. Went to Central Catholic High School, 5'9" junior forward. As the gym quiets, and she's able to knock it down. Into the game, 33, Shannon Elquezum from Rutland, Massachusetts Mountaineers. Holla. My old high school. I think I graduated a little earlier than she did, though.
Just a couple years, Keith. Not too long.
A couple decades, maybe. Victoria Brio able to knock down the second free throw, and we got ourselves a tie ball game, 34-34.
Little bunny hop on that free throw there, Keith. You saw that one. Not a lot of jump shots taken as a free throw. A little different to see. But it's good to see Brio on the court again, as she was the star volleyball player in the fall for the Rams.
Ileana Kadri creating that turnover, leading to this offensive possession by the Rams. Coach Nelson once again just kind of stoic right there on the bench. Here's Santini driving the paint, up and under, no good, but it falls in the arms of number 22, Victoria Brio, and they'll reset it, and they get a new shot clock out of it. Suffolk looking to take the lead. They actually had a 6-point lead heading into halftime. Saw that erase with a 7-0 run by Worcester State, and we'll get contact on the inside. Emily Barrett called for the foul. She can't believe it, but Jen Rouse will head to the line to shoot pair. So Rouse, everything for this team so far this season, leading the team in points, rebounds. She's on the 1,000 point scores list over across the way on the banner. Jacqueline Vanu out there, 1,273. Megan Black, 1,020. Allison Fox, 1,121. So she's in some pretty good company as she's finishing up her senior season.
No, definitely excited to see where she's going to land on that list at the end of this year with the kind of numbers she's been putting up definitely last year and again this year.
Suffolk looking to extend its pressure, and it works as a turnover in favor of Worcester State. Head coach Karen Tesmer a little upset at that cross-court pass by number 14, Cheyenne Jennings.
Definitely starting to see Suffolk come out of that slump that they started the second half in, and definitely putting the pressure on defensively. Hopefully they keep this up and keep shutting them out as this second half progresses.
We got a foul on the floor. Victoria Brio got gang tackled, really. Personal foul on number 2, Ashley Espinoza. Her first, team's fourth.
Looks like the Lancers are now leading in fouls. We haven't seen that yet this game, as Suffolk definitely took the foul category in the first half.
Now Victoria Brio gets out of trouble, and they'll reset with Schiebel. You know what? Schiebel only at 5'2", running this offense. Way back on the 3. Thought about it. Inside Rouse. That's a good decision. There's the free throw jumper. No good. Falls in the arms of Quadri. No good. Strong offensive rebound once again. Left hand too strong. 3 chances for Suffolk, and they come away empty.
Yeah, it's weird to see Suffolk missing those easy paid shots as they seemed like they couldn't miss to start the first half.
Now 36-34. Suffolk with the lead. Good defense here as the shot clock ticks down to 13. No backcourt violation, tipped away there by Santini. High arcing shot from the wing, no good. They'll push with Santini, 2-on-1 if she can hustle, but good instincts by Jennings to steal that one away, and she'll settle things down for the blue and gold. Great defense there by Victoria Brio as she goes into our camera guy, Bobby Miller.
Hope Bobby's okay down there.
Oh, Bobby's a tough kid. He plays goalie for a men's league team. Can you believe that?
I cannot believe that.
I can, actually. He's got the playoff beard going already. He's doing well over there. I understand he's a sip, but you know what? I'm not, I don't think I'm talking out of turn there.
I'm going to have to get in the pipes to take on Bobby one-on-one goalieing because I was...
Little mini one-on-one?
Yeah, I was a pretty decent goalie back in the day of street hockey.
Street hockey.
Hey,
what did you do? Use clams and lobsters up there in Maine for pucks?
No, we use buoys as the...
buoys.
Yeah, get the big buoys as your stick there and whatever crab or whatever you can find. Lobster's too expensive to use as a...
Well, I'm thinking like the old shells, like the boiled hard shells, Oh,
yeah.
Come on, stick with me.
Hey, sorry. I don't know.
36-34, Suffolk has the lead. Nobody scored here, I think, in at least 3 minutes. Maybe 4 minutes, according to...
Cameraman Chris.
Our other cameraman, Chris, who not only helps out with the basketball teams, every team basically here at Suffolk University. Chris Cerconi, I believe he had a nice write-up in the Suffolk Journal. Am I correct? He is giving me the A-OK on that one. Congratulations to Chris. Certainly a dedicated student. Not only that, but you know what? I think he's commuting this year, so even more time away from home. But congratulations, Chris. Certainly well-deserved to get in the Suffolk Journal. Big write-up on Chris. 3 to shoot. Inside it goes. Shot clock violation, and Coach Lyon not happy as he'll take a seat over there on the bench. Kelly McPherson handling the rock for Worcester State. Had to get the rock in there at least once in this broadcast. And we get a foul away from the ball. Reach-in foul, I believe, Who we got? 24. That would be, you know what? Miss Rouse can't hide all the time down there in the low block. She gets called for her second personal foul, team second.
We see Jennings for the Lancers not in the game as she led in the first half in points with 10. A little different to see her on the bench, but I'm not complaining if she's going to keep putting up points.
Well, here's a change in the offense. Here's Santini running the point with Schiebel out of the game. She gets stripped. Can't repeat what she just said. I get in trouble. FCC violations. 36.
Yeah, she looked a little upset after that tip away.
McPherson for three. That's brick. Trapped down by Georgia Barikis, 5'8" freshman out of Hull, Massachusetts. Beautiful spot, Hull, Massachusetts. You go down there, Nantasket Beach, get yourself an ice cream, get some fried clams.
Gotta say, I've never been to Hull, Mass, Keith.
Well, I think you should make the road trip.
I might have to take a trip. Where are we gonna go? This weekend?
Well, if we want to be there alone, we could be there this weekend. Nobody else at the beach but us two. Maybe a couple people walking their dogs.
Hey, a little cold weather beach isn't too bad.
No. I did a polar bear dip last year. It was great. And inside the foul, take your pick. 24-22 on the cow. We'll get actually Rouse with her second straight foul. Her third, team's third, and that's a shooting foul, so Worcester State will be at the line to shoot a pair. Number 10, Megan Burns at the line. Burnsy comes to us from West Brookfield, Mass. Quabog High School, and the senior unable to convert. This score, I believe, has stayed the same since 16 minutes in the second half. So we've gone about 5 minutes, and we haven't had a score.
That was a rare miss, too, by number 10, Megan Burns. As she makes that one, puts her 3 and 4 on the day in free throws.
Into the game comes number 2 for Worcester State, Ashley Espinoza, and Megan Burns will take a seat.
Lancers getting excited, defense on their bench, as they could tell that they have definitely come out a little stronger than Suffolk in the second half. And hope to keep that momentum going.
Rouse picking up her intensity. She's able to work that low block magic once again and able to at least draw the contact, so she's at the line to shoot a pair.
Rouse was 1 for 1 from the free throw line in the first half.
Easy for you to say, my friend.
Hey, it's a mouthful.
Well, she's only played 12 games so far this season coming in, averaging about 31 minutes. Shooting 42% from the floor. That's the team best coming in. The free throw is good, so knocks down a pair that lead to 3 at 38-35.
See, now Suffolk putting a little pressure on the Lancers.
Going full court.
Oh, yeah. Getting excited, keeping that energy up in this second half.
Now Suffolk trying to tune up here for the remainder of the season, scheduling up, as coach would like to say. Nice step in by Rouse, but unable to handle that basketball, kind of like a defensive back in football. You got that open pick, ready to take it back for 6, and somehow the ball slips through your fingers, and you end up screaming at the TV, saying, how'd that guy not get that pick?
Too many Butterfingers. Too many Butterfingers.
I love Butterfingers.
I haven't had a Butterfinger in a long time.
Well, it all ends good for Suffolk as, you know what, they get the turnover. Shelby Santini will grab the ball from the referee, inbounds the play. They go up to Quadri up top. Now, 21 is Ileana Quadri. And they also have Alessandra Quadri. I believe the two are sisters. And they both come from Sudbury, Mass., so I assume they are related. I should do some more research, but I believe that is the case, as Georgia Barikis will be at the line. Don't you just love how quiet the gym gets when the home team shoots a free throw?
Yeah, no, definitely a lot of respect there. Not very much noise. Barikis shoots about 74% from the line, so she might not even need the quiet as she sinks that second one there.
Well, thanks again, everybody, for joining us here for our inaugural broadcast here Suffolk Sports Broadcasting coming to you live from Reagan Gymnasium. I'm Keith Erickson alongside Casey Hall. And we have a lot more in store for you as we get deeper and deeper, more involved and more complicated here, in depth, I should say, with Suffolk Sports Broadcasting. We're going to try and bring you as many games as we possibly can. And I hope you're enjoying our coverage tonight of Suffolk women's basketball as we get things going, rocking and rolling, as Rouse brings the bench to its feet. And we're back up by 7, 42-35.
Good to see that excitement coming off the Suffolk bench again. Definitely getting fired up as this second half progresses.
Well, Worcester State needs a break, and so don't we. So why don't we take a quick 30? We'll be back to Reagan Gymnasium right after this.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke, because buzz driving is drunk driving.
I just got the cue from Evan Gilchrist, our technical director here at Suffolk University. He, along with Rob Hammond, manning the controls. Joey Ambrose running camera. We got Bobby Miller running camera. We got Eric Callender there, too. We got Matt Kramer.
I believe it's Callender, actually.
Callender. I'm so sorry. We got Maddie Kramer helping out as well. So thanks to everybody for helping us put this together, not only the students, but also some faculty members as well. Alexander Sasha Lechik has just been a driving force behind Suffolk Sports Broadcasting. He's our technical guru, and we really appreciate everything he's done. He's put in yeoman's work over the last week or so, working out all the bugs, all the kinks to our new system. And, of course, Jason Carter overseeing a lot of this as well. And we really appreciate everybody's help, along with the athletic department, players, and coaches, as we hope to bring you more and more broadcasts over the coming months, and certainly, again, next fall as we look ahead to not only the end of the season this year, but next year as well. Suffolk leads 42-35, make it 42-37 with almost 10 even to play here in the second half, as the Suffolk University women's basketball team, one of their final non-conference games of the season as they get ready for conference play. They're trying, of course, to try and make the playoffs. They're in pretty good position with a record of 4-1 in the GNAC, as the couple teams, Riviere, Emmanuel, St. Joe's, all ahead of them, pretty much just one game even ahead of them in the standings. So they're right there in the thick of things, and hopefully at least not only a top 4 seed, but maybe even a top 2, top 3 seed for this women's basketball team as they're finding their way through the second half of this year.
No, Suffolk is in a great opportunity to make a run as the season is coming down. They've been playing solid basketball all year, and once they can string a couple wins together, we'll see them move up in the standings a little bit.
Well, they're obviously led by 19-year head coach Ed Leiden. Leiden, you know what? He's a local product, grew up in Revere, coached Revere High School. He's got many wins there. I believe he's been 19 years here, had one of his best seasons last year as they were the number 2 seed, I believe, maybe even the number 1 seed heading into the GNAC Conference Championship last year. Made it all the way to the GNAC Championship, and you know what? Lost to Emmanuel, another tough loss for Suffolk, and you know what? But getting into the ECACs, they won their tip-off tournament earlier this year as well. So you know what? Suffolk has a lot to build on, and you know what? You look at this team, and Jen Rouse, a senior, obviously she does a lot for this team, and clean steal for Worcester State on Santini by Kelly McPherson. And see if it turns into 2 for Bridgewater State, Worcester State, but to no avail for them. And Kadri will certainly take over the point guard duties after that steal by Santini. So hard drive with the left hand by Kadri. It's not there. She crashes into the padded wall behind the net. She's okay. She's hustling back to get in position. We got a foul, and
oh, what a catch by the ref. Keeping it off the floor. Good hands there.
As number 14, Cheyenne Jennings will, bump to the line, the 5'4" sophomore. Foul goes against Santini. That's her 3rd, team's 4th foul. And you know what? We still have a 3-point game and make these 3 free throws, and things will get even a little tighter.
Jennings hits the first one as she was 4 for 5 in the first half. So definitely another person we want to keep off of the free throw line.
Well, nothing but net on the first one. Suffolk clinging to that 1-point lead, 42-41. 8:20 to go here in the second half. Should be a good one as it no lead bigger than 10 in this game. Suffolk did have a 10-point lead in the first half. Sart whittled down. Sart get erased with a 7-0 run by Worcester State to start the second half. And now Worcester State looking to take its second lead of the second half on this possession right here. Nice poke check by Santini, but I think they're going to get a foul as Santini reached in from behind. You know what? She picks up her 4th personal foul. Team's 5th. And you know what? She might find a little pine if Coach Lyden, he just, I think, realized that was her 4th personal foul. And here we go with the substitution, Schiebel for Santini. Great defense there by Suffolk, forcing Worcester State to call the quick 20 timeout. It's a full timeout, so you know what? With 8:03 left to go, why don't we take another quick break? Keith Erickson alongside Casey Hall will be back right after this.
I've got a job to do today.
I've got a job to do today.
Have a good first day at work, Mom.
Your donations to Goodwill fund job training programs right in your community.
Feels good to start fresh, right?
Sure does. And like that, you're a job creator.
And welcome back, everyone, to Reagan Gymnasium on the campus of Suffolk University. Thanks so much. Suffolk Sports Broadcasting bringing you live streaming action for all of your Suffolk University sports. Hopefully we'll be doing a little baseball later this spring. We'll have the men's game along with some of the other home games coming up for the women. Keith Erickson alongside Casey Hall. We have Lauren Berube patrolling the sidelines. And just a quick shout out to all our camera guys. We have Eric Callender. Did I say that right?
I believe it's Callender.
I know Eric, and I've met him many times, and it's a nice young man. And along with Bobby Miller, and we got Evan Gilchrist, Rob Hammond manning the controls, doing the technical directing, Matt Kramer, Joey Ambrose. Oh, tricky little play. Did you see what you did?
Yeah, off the back there.
That is something that's old school. That's like, you earn a little street cred.
Yeah,
if you play that out in the playground once in a while, you could pull that off.
Got a little street ball there.
That was pretty good. All it has to do is touch the defender, and you can go and get it. Good defense here by Worcester State. Give them credit. They're only trailing by 1. They trailed by 6 at halftime. Had the lead. Schiebel for 3, and that's how you extend the lead. Well done by Kelsey Schiebel, the 5'2" freshman out of Windham, New Hampshire, with a big 3 right there. Gives them a little bit of a cushion.
Defense has been a big story here for the Rams tonight, as a little bit of an early delay in that second half, but other than that, pretty well all around. Definitely denying the inbound very well this game.
Nice little spin move, clean block. Well done, Ileana Kadri. Able to
goes back to the Lancers off that one.
Once again, a little trouble getting the ball inbounds. 4 on the shot clock to shoot. She'll have to put it up for 3, deep 3. Brick. Schiebel will take it down. Shot clock violation. Suffolk will reset, so let's set it for you. Schiebel, Rouse, Kadri, Victoria Brio, number 22, and number 15 is Georgia Barikis. There's your 5 on the floor, and we'll have a push-off on, I believe, Schiebel. She set an illegal screen. She's only 5'2". Gets called for that one. Her 3rd, team 6. Worcester State already in the bonus with 17 fouls, so every time they foul, Suffolk will be at the line, so this could come down to a free throw shooting contest. That one's too strong. Inside, knocked around. Suffolk coming out with it. And another touch foul by Kelly McPherson. And Suffolk, once again, will be at the line to extend this lead at the free throw line.
Coach Tesmer of the Lancers is not looking happy over on the sidelines right now. She is getting fired up and definitely starting to move around a lot.
So number 22, Victoria Brio, out of North Andover, Mass, Central Catholic High School. Had a very solid career here at Suffolk University. I believe she also plays soccer for the Rams.
Volleyball.
I'm sorry, volleyball, you're correct.
Yep.
Try to go the inside lob route. Well done. They actually executed it over the outstretched arms, but unable to convert on the basket. Here comes Schiebel. She's quick like a little water bug. Here's Barrikas trying to free herself up. Schiebel just got some game. You know, she's got that low center of gravity.
Lots of speed from Schiebel.
Lots of speed, able to dish, shoot the three. Here's Barrikas, catch and shoot.
Quick shot there.
Rebound, track down, and another foul. That's a hustle play. You get a star on the helmet when you will toe the line for the Lancers.
She's not the only person a little surprised by that call, Keith. I did not expect one to come in there. That makes Brio's 5th foul on the night.
Oh, excuse me. I thought that was her 4th foul, so she actually is gone. So that basically, you know what? You got a substitution. Kind of works as a timeout for both coaches as they need to find a replacement for Tori Brio. Looks like it's going to be Katie Murray coming into the game, the sophomore, the 5'11 sophomore from Holden, Mass. Another Wachusett alum dotting the roster for our Suffolk Rams. How we love to see the Mountaineers here in Boston.
Murray played 6 points in the first half, getting 2 offensive rebounds. Hopefully she can keep those going this second half.
So it'll be interesting to see. We got, you know what? We got Katie Murray, who's a sophomore from Wachusett, and then we got Shannon El-Kazem from Rutland, who plays for Worcester State. So they obviously must have played on the same team for Wachusett. So interesting little side note there. 53-45, Suffolk with the lead. No touch foul there called. Schiebel will push it. Santini smartly will corral and push it back out as time in favor of Suffolk. And they'll try to work this clock as much as they possibly can with a lead of 8 points right now. Here's Murray. Send it over to Rouse. Thinks about it, but certainly that's not in her game plan now to push the points. Here it is. Rouse short on that one. And Worcester State kind of hanging around. Jennings looking inside. Can't get it over the taller Rouse, but it's kicked away. The shot up and good. Julie Frankian draws that lead down to 6 with 1:15 to play. Here's Quadri. Well done not to take too many steps as she caught that high entry pass in from Schiebel. Murray setting the pick. Schiebel still driving the paint. Up and no good. Ooh. It swims in and out.
Just bouncing out there from Schiebel.
Here's Worcester State. 3 here, and they're within 3. A 3. No good. Great position by Katie Murray on the defensive glass as she's able to box out the taller player, Emily Barrett. Here's Rouse. Now we're under 30 seconds to play. 40 seconds to play, and we'll get a foul called to stop the clock. Cheyenne Jennings, of course, called for that one on Casey Schiebel, as Coach Ed Lyden will back off a couple players.
That makes it Jennings' 4th foul of the night.
So 53-47 will reset it for you. Schiebel at the line. And stoppage of play. I think the original referee called it 1-1, and of course, with 10 fouls on the board, you get 2 free ones, even though it wasn't a shooting foul, but I believe it was a shooting foul anyway to begin with. So Schiebel able to knock it down, calm her nerves, and it's 54-47. Well done by the freshman.
We've seen great play by Santini. Also, I was going to read the wrong name. Schiebel playing a great game. Definitely been a huge factor so far.
Well, Coach Karen Tesmer needs to talk it over. and we got a full timeout on the court. So why don't we take it with us, and we'll be back from Reagan Gymnasium with more right after this.
I've got a job to do today.
I've got a job to do today.
Have a good first day at work, Mom.
Your donations to Goodwill fund job training programs right in your community.
Feels good to start fresh, right?
Sure does.
And like that, you're a job creator.
Hey, we got just under 15, 20 seconds to go here in the second half. Couldn't remember when we actually took that TV timeout, but 55-47 here for Suffolk, just to put Worcester State away here and come up with another win. That would be their fifth in their last 8 games. So 5-3 in their last 8. Little momentum, obviously, for Suffolk University heading down the stretch run.
Definitely as much momentum as possible is going to help Suffolk. Hopefully, I've been saying it all night, stringing in a few wins together late and moving up a couple spots in the GNAC conference.
So we're under 30 to play. Worcester State continues to press full court here as Rouse handling the basketball. She gets it stripped, and that's why people that are 6'1" really don't want to run the point. Jennings nowhere to go.
We've seen just about everything in Rouse tonight. Shooting threes, shooting deep twos, obviously being a huge presence in the paint, and now playing a little point guard as well.
Cheyenne Jennings, nothing but net, but unfortunately it missed the rim too. And we're under 10 to play here, and Suffolk will come away with the victory as we have our foul right here with 3.3 to go. And you know what? Suffolk's got this one wrapped up 55-47 right now as Schiebel really played an outstanding game for the freshman for Suffolk University.
That makes Jennings' 5th foul of the game as she is on the bench now, done with only 3 seconds to go. Schiebel hits the first there.
Well, we want to thank everybody for tuning in, and we got a great crew to thank. We'll do that after we wrap up our post-game analysis. Katie Murray will take it down, no foul call, and time runs out. Congratulations to the Suffolk women's basketball team taking on and taking out Worcester State 56-47 on their home court at Reagan Gymnasium. So we'll start our post-game analysis and reaction. Hopefully we'll have Lauren Berube, Johnny on the spot down there. Hopefully Carrie McConnell, our interim athletic director, will help her grab a couple people as Coach Lydon obviously wants to congratulate everybody on his team for a job well done. They saw the lead disappear early on in the second half with a 7-0 Worcester State run. And Worcester State able to maintain a little bit midway through the second half, Casey. And you know what? It was a pretty close game. And then down the stretch, I think the better team won.
Definitely what happened there. Worcester State put an awesome run on Suffolk, keeping it very close, very exciting game. But Suffolk pulled away with the well-deserved win in this one.
Well, you know what? Kelsey Schiebel was kind enough to stop by with Lauren Berube, and so let's send it down to Lauren and talk to the freshman from Massachusetts.
I'm here with the Suffolk Rams' Kelsey Schiebel. Now, Kelsey, what exactly did the Rams do right to generate so many points on the court?
We really tried to push the ball. We played great team defense. We helped each other out, and we ended up just being the tough ones on the court today.
Now, can you talk about momentum headed into the tough part of the schedule?
We've really been coming at it hard. We go every day, practice as hard as we can. We try to bring it our all. We take every game, play it 40 minutes to the end, and I think we've been going into this end of January, beginning of February season really well and strong.
Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Back to you, Keith.
Oh, Lauren, thanks so much. And we'll take one quick commercial break. We're going to get our stats from our statistician down at the table, and we'll come back to wrap this one up. Once again, congratulations to Suffolk University on the win. We're back right after this.
This is the moment I knew his future had no boundaries.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find your...
Are able to corral that offensive rebound and put it back up.
No, definitely one thing we're definitely going to see from Tori Brio is a lot of hustle. So for volleyball this fall, definitely seeing it tonight on the court. Just always giving 110% throughout the game.
Double bonus next time Worcester State fouls, so Suffolk will get 2 automatic free throws if anything's on the floor. That one just a bit too strong, taken down. Megan Burns, with the rebound. Here's Jennings. Stop and pop. Great defense by Schiebel, able to stick with her. We got 5-2 against 5-4.
Worcester State definitely starting to run the ball a little more in the second half, not being forced to stick in that half-court offense as Suffolk managed to do in the first half.
Trying that high-low game, a little push-off. Megan Burns able to knock it down. Got away with one and then got down for 2. Rouse for 3.
Hits!
Well done. Well done from the senior.
Her 2. I think her foot was a little on the line there.
Did they give her 2?
Looks like they gave her 2.
Sorry, I thought it was for 3.
Looked like it from up here.
I'm getting a confirmation from Chris Circoni that it was a 3.
All right.
I'm going with the trusted veteran.
Well, just a little dyslexic. Can't read my numbers correctly. So.
Well, I wasn't actually watching the official. I was just watching Rouse to see if they put up the 3 sign, but I didn't see it.
I was a little surprised to see Rouse shooting that 3 there.
Looking for the cutter. Here's Schiebel. Finds that cutter. Barikis, a little too strong. Look who's left alone in the paint. Gets bumped. And Jennings will get called for the foul.
Now, Jennings was coming in pretty hard there, but Rouse didn't move a whole ton.
Jennings' 3rd personal foul, team's 10th. 4:19 to go as we get down under 5 minutes. Suffolk with a 5-point lead, 48-43. Rouse with a little routine that she goes through at the free throw line, able to knock that one down. Out of the game is Georgia Barikis. Into the game is Santini, back after her 3rd personal foul. And you know what? Coach Lyden needs to take it away. A little timeout right there, get everything set. We'll come back with a free throw for Jen Rouse as they lead 49-43. Back with the Reagan Gymnasium's final call right after this.
I've got a job to do today.
I've got a job to do today.
Have a good first day at work, Mom.
Your donations to Goodwill fund job training programs right in your community.
Feels good to start fresh, right?
Sure does.
And like that, you're a job creator.
So I've come up with a family emergency plan.
Great. What is it?
It's difficult to talk about, so I'm not telling you.
How will we know what to do?
You won't.
I'm so glad I won't have to remember anything.
And me too. Thanks for this, sweetie.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
Welcome back, everyone. Keith Erickson alongside Casey Hall for tonight's game. Suffolk versus Worcester State. So thanks so much for joining us on the web as Suffolk Sports Broadcasting. Let's get up and get fired up here for the remainder of the season for men's and women's basketball. And if we're feeling a little precocious, hopefully we'll do at least maybe one baseball game. We'll take all the gear on the road and find ourselves a nice spring afternoon where we can maybe bring you the crack of the bat and the pop of the leather right out on the diamond.
Another free throw from Rouse as she leads the team this year with 83% from that free throw line.
Suffolk, of course, coming out with the made free throw, going full court pressure. See if they can create another turnover as they up their lead once again. Now 1 point more than they led at halftime with 7. 50-43. We have a foul on who? Let's see. Was that a shooting foul? We got a push on. Well, it's going to be 1-1 anyway.
Looks like they're going to give that to Tori Brio. By the looks of things.
Yeah, Tori Brio gets called for the foul. Her 4th, team 7th, so not a shooting foul, but the team's in the bonus, so shooting 1-1 from here on out.
Number 11, Julie Frankinen, tipping that one away from Jen Rouse, keeping her away from another rebound.
Coach Tessmer not pleased with her team's free throw shooting performance tonight, and who would be after that miss? Can't let 3 points fall away. Nice defense there, poking it away. Emily Barrett out of Drake at Mass, the 6-foot senior, playing with that brace on her left knee.
Bears been guarding Rouse for a good portion of this second half and definitely doing it better than they had in the first.
Quick stop and pop, no good. Taken down. Number 22, Victoria Brio, able to push up to Schiebel. Schiebel will look for Quadri. Still not there. They'll reset. Time down. Take a little time off the clock. 20 on the shot clock to shoot. Expect them to take it down to within 10 and then maybe try and hit something from the offensive side of things. Suffolk with that 7-point cushion. Here's Santini looking for Rouse. She sees a little daylight in the paint. Oh, and we get a travel on Tori Brio. She can't believe it. If nothing else, they ran another 20 seconds off the clock.
Suffolk still keeping that full court press on Worcester State.
Almost creating the turnover there, but it's settled down, and Jennings will reset for Worcester State. Nice little bounce pass inside. Shot no good. Rebound Kadri. Here's Schiebel. Head up, dribbling the basketball. Good lesson learned for all you young girls out there. If you want to be the point guard, you got to be able to see the floor, dribble with both hands, and be able to make smart decisions.
That was always my problem as a point guard. Did not make the smartest of decisions.
There's Santini, her spot. Knock it down. A little straightaway 3 from the left side. Big hoop there, raising that lead to double digits now at 10 with 2:16 to play here in the second half. Might have done in Worcester State, depending on what we have here over the next minute or so. Worcester State trying to swing it around, and we'll get another touch foul. Love the reaction from Tori Brio. She can't believe it. Her 4th, team's 8th. 1:58 to go here in the second half. As Kelly McPherson will
at discovertheforest.org.
Well, welcome again back to Reagan Gymnasium. Keith Erickson, Casey Hall here for the nice win by the Suffolk University women's basketball team as they took on and took out, as we said, Worcester State, a non-conference opponent as they get ready for more GNAC play. Of course, they have the big one against Emmanuel coming up at home next week, and you know what, looking forward to that one. But let's check in on some stats and see how everybody did throughout the game.
Definitely great game by Suffolk. Obviously led again by Jennifer Royce, scoring 25 points this game. Almost about half of their points. Only player on Suffolk with double digits. Rebounding, another huge part of this game, as Suffolk led the offensive rebounds 18-9 and all rebounds 45-31. Another great win, and a congratulations to the girls basketball team.
Well, great job, ladies. And, of course, Suffolk Sports Broadcasting coverage will continue throughout the spring. This was our inaugural broadcast. We are so happy to be coming to you live from Reagan Gymnasium. And as we've been saying throughout the broadcast, it's been a team effort. We want to congratulate everybody that worked so hard and so long to bring this game to you over the last hour and a half, 2 hours. And with that said, we'll give me the sheet, will you, Casey? One last time from Reagan Gymnasium. The final score, 56-47. Broadcasting note, always write down the final score before they take it off the scoreboard here. So 56-47, Suffolk gets the win over Worcester State. We'll roll the credits and get out of here so everybody can go get a little bite to eat. Thanks again for watching. For Casey Hall, Lauren Berube, the rest of the crew, I'm Keith Erickson saying so long, and until next time, enjoy Suffolk Sports Broadcasting.